Have you ever tried to save someone, only to realize later that helping them slowly destroyed your own life? The more patience you gave, the more drained you became. The more loyalty you showed, the less respect you received. If that feels familiar, it's because you've encountered a truth most people spend years refusing to accept. More than 500 years ago, Machiavelli observed something brutal about human nature. Not everyone who is struggling wants to be saved. Some people are simply searching for someone strong enough to carry the weight of their chaos. And the moment you step in to rescue them, your life quietly becomes the price. This is the savior trap. Most men fall into it because they were raised to believe loyalty means staying, even when someone is slowly drowning you. Compassion without boundaries is not always a virtue. In the wrong hands, it becomes an opportunity. Manipulative and reckless people instantly recognize someone who feels responsible for fixing everyone. And the most dangerous part? These people rarely look like enemies. They look like friends, partners, family, people you genuinely want to help. Today, you will learn about 6 types of people you must never try to save, and chances are, at least one of them is already in your life. Once you understand these patterns, you will start seeing them everywhere. And you may finally understand why so many men lose years trying to rescue those who cannot be saved. Before we dive into the 6 types, you need to understand why you keep falling into the savior trap. It's not bad luck. It's a pattern you were trained to follow. Most men are taught that their worth is tied to how much they can endure for others. Loyalty, patience, sacrifice. These lessons create a compulsion. Whenever someone struggles, your instincts say, I have to help. At first it feels good. You help. They thank you. You feel powerful, useful, alive. But slowly, the dynamic shifts. The more you give, the more they expect, and your life begins shrinking around the edges. Think of the last time you stayed late helping someone, only to feel invisible afterward. That's the trap. How often have you helped someone, only for them to repeat the same mistakes? How often have you sacrificed your energy, only to have it treated like it was nothing? These are not coincidences. The world is full of people who never take responsibility, who feed on the energy of others, who survive by attaching themselves to those who feel responsible for fixing everyone. Your co-worker who relies on you to cover mistakes. Your partner who drains your energy while expecting more. Do you see the pattern? Machiavelli understood this. He noticed that compassion without boundaries is not always noble. In the wrong hands, it becomes weakness. The people who benefit most from your help are often the ones who appear most innocent, most desperate, most deserving. You think, if I just give enough support, they'll improve. But in reality, what you are doing is training them to survive by draining you. Every time your patience and loyalty are met with indifference, resentment, or contempt, that is the cost of trying to save someone who does not want saving. The sooner you recognize the trap, the sooner you can decide who deserves your loyalty and who deserves nothing at all. That clarity isn't cruelty, it's survival. Soon, you'll see the 6 types of people who exploit this pattern. Once you see them, you'll understand why Machiavelli called self-preservation the highest form of wisdom, and why trying to save the wrong person is often the first step toward your own undoing. Type 1, the architect of chaos. This is the person who carries a storm wherever they go. Every conversation, every interaction brings a new crisis. Lost jobs, broken relationships, sudden financial emergencies, family drama, personal disasters. At first, your heart aches for them. You step in, give your time, your energy, your advice. For a moment, it seems calm. You think, maybe this time is different. Maybe this time, your help actually matters. But soon, the chaos returns. The job you helped them secure disappears. The money you lent vanishes into another emergency. Another crisis erupts. They'll call you in the middle of the night over something trivial. They'll drag you into arguments with friends or family. They'll demand favors that disrupt your work, your schedule, even your family life. Every small emergency is amplified. Every problem becomes a way to pull you deeper into their storm. And slowly, you notice the pattern. This is not luck. This is how they live. They do not take responsibility. Every problem becomes a chance to drain your patience, your energy, your focus. They are masters of subtle destruction. Think about the last time you tried to help someone like this. Did you notice your energy draining faster than expected? Did your shoulders tighten? Your thoughts scatter? Sleep feel shallow? Your creativity, your focus, even your relationships start fraying at the edges. Walking on thin ice, never knowing when the next storm would hit. That is their strategy. Quiet, relentless, invisible, until it's too late. They disguise chaos as need. They beg, they plead, they promise this time will be different. And each time, you believe them. You want to save them. You want to fix them. You want to believe that your patience, your loyalty, your sacrifices can change their trajectory. But Machiavelli teaches a brutal truth. Not everyone deserves saving. Not everyone can be saved. Machiavelli would warn, tying yourself to someone who thrives on disorder is not noble. It's a slow erosion of your freedom, your focus, your dignity. Your loyalty, when misapplied, becomes the lever they use to pull you under. Tie your life to a sinking ship, and you go down with it. These people don't want help. They want someone to keep them afloat while they continue to unravel. Your life, your schedule, your peace, they mirror their chaos. Advice fails. Solutions don't stick. Your help only enables them. Every act of kindness is transformed into fuel for their instability. Every moment you spend trying to stabilize them is a moment your life is shrinking around the edges. Have you ever wondered why your own goals start to feel smaller, quieter, dimmer when their storm arrives? How often do you compromise your plans, thinking their crisis is urgent, only to realize it was never yours to fix? That reflection is your compass. That realization is the moment you reclaim power. Take a moment. Recall the last time you carried a storm for someone else. Feel it. Name it. That awareness is the first step toward stepping back. Protect your energy. Guard your sanity. Respect your own limits. And now, steel yourself, because Type 2 is waiting. The bottomless pit. The one who will take everything you give, leaving you hollow, drained, and questioning why you ever thought you could fix them. Type 2, the bottomless pit, the one who always takes and never gives back. At first it might seem normal. You help once, twice, maybe 3 times. They thank you, smile, promise they'll return the favor. But soon, the thanks fades. The promises vanish. The more you give, the more they take. And no matter what you do, it is never enough. Imagine lending money to a friend, only to watch it disappear into another emergency, and then being asked for more, or covering a colleague's mistakes at work while your own deadlines slip behind, or giving up your evening to support someone who promised this would be the last time they needed help, only to find them calling again, demanding more. That is the bottomless pit. You feel a tightness in your chest, your shoulders slump, your mind races with unfinished tasks, yet you say yes again. Have you noticed the subtle shifts in their eyes? The impatience, the irritation when you don't immediately comply, the small sighs, the barely concealed frustration? These are tiny windows into the truth. They don't see your help as kindness. They see it as a debt owed. Every act of generosity becomes a weight around your neck, each favor another link in the chain. Your plans bend around their needs. Your goals dim. Your priorities shrink. Your evenings vanish. Your creativity, your focus, even your relationships begin fraying at the edges. And yet, sometimes, for a fleeting moment, they show gratitude. They flash a smile. They whisper, "Thank you." And just as quickly, they take again. That micro-contrast, the brief relief before the drain, makes the cycle almost addictive, almost believable. Have you ever noticed yourself nodding along, thinking, "Just this once, I'll help. Maybe this time it'll be different"? Machiavelli would warn you, do not feed a hunger that can never be satisfied. Every attempt to teach, to guide, to help fails. Each time, it proves their dependence is working. Every lesson you try to give, every boundary you attempt to enforce, is met with subtle resistance, guilt, or indifference. Have you ever felt your patience running dry, your energy slipping away, your evenings disappearing while their crises multiply? Fail to protect yourself, and you may not even recognize the parts of your life they quietly consume. That is the cost of the bottomless pit. They cannot be saved. They will take everything and still want more. You cannot negotiate, reason, or love them into change. The only way to survive is to set hard boundaries. Protect your energy, protect your time, protect your peace. Let them face the consequences of their own insatiable need, or risk being left hollow, drained, and questioning every choice you've made for them. Take a moment. Recall the last time someone drained you this way. Feel it. Name it. That awareness is the first step towards stepping back. And now, brace yourself. Type 3. The Smiling Saboteur. The one who hides a dagger behind a grin, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The impact will hit when you least expect it. Type 3. The Smiling Saboteur. This is the person who hides a dagger behind a grin. They appear friendly, loyal, even supportive, but secretly, they want to see you fail. Have you ever noticed someone close offering helpful advice, only for it to slow you down or create doubt? That is the smiling saboteur at work. They don't attack openly. They cloak envy in concern, resentment in smiles. "I'm just looking out for you," they say. "Be careful. Don't get ahead of yourself." On the surface, it sounds caring. Beneath, it is a trap. Every compliment, every warning, every suggestion subtly pushes you down. Every missed opportunity, every quietly shifted favor, every word you later regret, is the mark of their influence. And by the time you notice, it may already be too late. You leave the meeting thinking you've gained advice. Later, you notice the timeline shifted. Credit quietly reassigned. Doors slightly closed without you even realizing. Everything seems minor, but little by little it drains your focus, your confidence, your edge. Fail to protect yourself, and your focus, confidence, and even achievements may quietly erode piece by piece before you realize it. Your chest tightens. Your thoughts spin. You second-guess decisions you were certain of, and yet you smile politely, pretending nothing happened. They want to level the playing field, not with honesty, but by dragging you down to their insecurity. The more you succeed, the more carefully they hide their dagger behind that grin. Machiavelli understood envy better than most. He knew it could quietly destroy progress, and the Smiling Saboteur is proof. Have you ever felt that creeping uncertainty after a conversation that felt friendly? That doubt lingering in the back of your mind, that is them. They don't want help. They want control. They want to slow you, distract you, weaken your confidence. Think of someone who ever smiled while subtly holding you back. Feel the frustration, the doubt, the quiet pull on your confidence. That is your warning. You cannot fix them. You cannot reason. Your strength is theirs to envy, but never to share. Do not try to lift them. You will fail. Step back. Stand firm. Protect your mind, your victories, your peace. Don't let them touch a thing. And now, brace yourself. Type 4, the professional victim. The master of sympathy who will weaponize your kindness against you. And the cost may be far deeper than you expect. Type 4, the professional victim. This is the person who lives in their suffering and uses it like a weapon. They don't attack with anger or malice. They attack with pity. Have you ever met someone who always seems hurt, always needs help, and somehow your help makes them angrier, sadder, or more helpless? That's the professional victim. They are experts at making you feel responsible for their pain. I can't do this alone. The world is too hard for someone like me. Every offer of help becomes a trap. Every ladder you offer, every rope you throw, they push away. Every attempt to lift them is met with a quiet resistance, a subtle pushback that chips at your resolve. A single message arrives. You hesitate, wondering if you'll say yes again. Your mind spins, your energy dips, and still you feel compelled to respond. You feel your chest tighten, your jaw tightens, your shoulders slump, your stomach knots. Every phone call, every message, every plea feels like pulling you under. And yet, you say yes again. You try to lift them. You try to guide them. And every time, they resist. Have you ever felt exhausted trying to lift someone, only to realize they don't want to stand? They cling tighter when you step in. They accuse you when you step back. They weaponize your kindness. Every effort you make lands as weight on your shoulders. Ignore the warning signs, and over time, the parts of yourself you once valued, the confidence, the clarity, the freedom, will quietly slip away. Every hand you extend may become a chain. Every ladder you throw may be rejected. How long before this weight breaks you? You've likely encountered them more than once, perhaps without even realizing it. This is Machiavelli's darkest lesson. Sympathy can be a weapon. Their patterns never change. You cannot save them. Their identity is built on weakness, dependence, and suffering. If they get stronger, they lose their excuse. If they get better, they lose attention and control. So they fight it. They fight your solutions. They fight your boundaries. They fight your very attempt to help. The only way to survive is to stop giving what they crave. Protect your time. Protect your energy. Protect your peace. Let them face the consequences of their own helplessness. The moment you step back, they may turn on you, cast you as the villain, accuse you of abandoning them. It is heavy. It is uncomfortable. But it is survival. Take a breath. Feel the drain you've carried. Name it. Own it. This is the first step toward reclaiming yourself, but understanding these patterns is only the beginning. Wait until you meet Type 5, the arrogant fool, the one who refuses to learn, no matter how many warnings you give. Type 5, the arrogant fool. This is the person who refuses to learn, no matter how many warnings you give. They see their own opinion as truth. They ignore advice, dismiss facts, and repeat the same mistakes over and over. Maybe it's a meeting where your suggestions are subtly dismissed, or a friend who spins your advice into proof that you're wrong. That is the arrogant fool. Machiavelli warned that wisdom cannot be forced into a closed mind. The more you try to teach them, the more they resist. The more you explain, the more they twist reality to suit their ego. Every warning you give becomes a battle. Every lesson you try to share becomes a confrontation. Every approach, every explanation is met with resistance. Every effort feeds their ego, never their growth. Your chest tightens. Your jaw locks. Your mind spins. Each conversation drains you. Each attempt to reason chips at your patience, your energy, your peace. Have you noticed how exhausting it is to engage someone who refuses to see reason? They do not want truth. They do not want guidance. They want validation. And when you give it, you hand them power over your life. You cannot save them. Logic fails. Kindness fails. Persistence fails. Every attempt, every correction, feeds their ego, never their growth. The only way to survive is silence. Let reality teach them. Let them stumble, fall, and face the consequences of their arrogance. Take a moment. Recall the last time you tried to reason with someone stubborn beyond logic. Feel the frustration. Feel the slow drain on your focus, your clarity, your energy. Feel it. The slow weight pressing down as each word you speak meets defiance. Feel the heaviness of wasted words, the subtle sting of frustration as reality meets their defiance. That is the toll of the arrogant fool. And now, brace yourself for the final type. Type 6, the scorpion. The one whose betrayal is in their nature, and whose sting leaves scars you may never fully see coming, unlike anyone you faced before. Type 6, the scorpion. This is the one whose betrayal is in their nature. You forgive them again and again. They cheat, lie, steal, promise change, and every time you take them back. Why? Because they cry. Because they plead. Because you want to believe in redemption. But Machiavelli teaches a brutal truth. Men rarely change their nature. Character is a pattern. Behavior repeats. The scorpion cannot be saved. Every time you protect them from the consequences of their actions, you are training them to hurt you. Every forgiveness is permission. Every second chance, another stab. Have you ever felt that sinking feeling, knowing someone close will betray you again, yet hoping they won't? That is the scorpion. They sting, not because they want revenge, but because it is who they are. And when you try to save them, you lose a piece of yourself, your respect, your peace, your dignity. Your chest tightens, your shoulders slump, your stomach knots. Your thoughts whirl, questions spin endlessly. Every message, every plea, every promise they make pulls you under. You hesitate, wondering if you'll say yes again. Your mind spins, your energy dips, and still you feel compelled to respond. A friend promises to change. A partner swears it won't happen again. A colleague vows to make amends, and yet the betrayal returns. You've likely encountered them more than once, perhaps without even realizing it. Every attempt to reason, every act of patience, every offer of help, each can become a chain around your neck. Every ladder you throw may be rejected. How long will you carry this weight before it breaks you? Ask yourself, how many times have you carried someone else's sting on your back? The only way to survive is amputation. Cut them off completely. No tapering, no lingering, no half measures. Protect yourself. Accept their nature. Believe them the first time they show it. Every time you try to rewrite human nature, you pay a price. And yet, when you step back, when you stop trying to save the unsavable, something shifts. You reclaim your energy, your focus, your freedom. You see clearly who deserves your loyalty and who deserves nothing. In that freedom, you can help the few who actually grow when you invest, who return loyalty, who respect your boundaries. That is true power. Not the power to endure suffering, but the power to choose who deserves your time. You are no longer a savior burning to ash. You are a sovereign standing tall, letting the world swim to your light, or sink. Yet you still hope, against reason, that this time it will be different.